Welcome back to another episode of Real Ass Affirmations podcast. I am Chisa Pennix-Brown, your mental wealth lifestylist, your favorite lifestylist. Every week we give you inspiration, and this week is special because we are celebrating 100 episodes of Real Ass Affirmations podcast. Yes, honey. Yes. 100 episodes. And I want to thank you guys for being here with me throughout this whole entire journey. Now, some of you may have been here, when we first started. Some of you, this might be your first episode that you're listening to. And others, you might have come in sometimes around the middle, but you binged every episode, you listened, and you are a faithful listener. And I want to tell you that I appreciate that more than you know. And so this episode is entitled 100, but I wanted to give you the spirit of what 100 meant, right? Because when you think about a business, if a business has been in existence for 100 years, you're like, that business stood the test of time. They kept going when others said that they probably should have stopped. And it is a measurement of success. It is a measurement of stick-to-itiveness. Now, when we look at 100 with you guys, what I want you to think about is people say keep it 100. And what does that mean? That means to be honest and trustworthy. A person can rely on you. 100 means authentic. Sometimes to people, 100 means perfect, like there's a perfect score. 100 is the absolute best in a lot of people's eyes. And 100 helps you to keep it real. When people say keep it 100, right? When they're saying that keep it real, they know that you are something that they can count on. And I want you to understand that 100 is a specifically special thing, because since it is a measurement of success and it's a measurement of how long we've done something, there are other numbers that make sense when we talk about 100 and how we use this in our life as far as affirmations. So I wanted to share with you the fact that there's an angel number 100 also. And this is the direction that we're going with this podcast and also just with life in general. 100 in the angel number means that it is reminding you of your inner wisdom and your ambition. And I know that right now, you smart as fuck. I know that you have all of this knowledge inside of you, but you need to apply it with your ambition. It is time for you to take your spiritual journey. It is time for you to go down the path that is carved out for you, that you don't even need to see the whole way, but it's there for you. It is time for you to rid yourself of negativity and change your way of thinking when you're talking about getting to 100, wherever that 100 is going to take you. Now, you can also break down numbers individually. So the number 1 equals success, development, persistence, and progress. Now, when you break that down and you say, well, isn't that what it takes to get to 100 episodes? Isn't that what it takes to do like 100 days of something to create a new habit? Isn't that what it takes to get through a certain part of the year, a quarter, right? It takes that in order for you to get that success, development, persistence, and that progress. And what you understand with this number 1, when we're starting off with 100, is that in order for you to get to 100, you had to start at number 1. You had to have a day where you decided that you were going to start and be successful. And that was the start of your journey, right? Now, 0 is a symbol of divine forces. It means that everything in life has natural movement. And it happens with a reason. There is a purpose for the things that happen. And I mean, goodness, if you have not known that or at least understood that by now, there's some things that you don't know that are going to happen, but there is a divine natural order to things. And that thing means that it's going to move when you move. It may not move at the pace that you want it to, but it's going to move because you move. So take the 0 and make that divine force something that is going to move in your life as a catalyst to propel you forward. But there's also another set of numbers. If you look at 00. Now, 00 is not what we want to hear, because 00 means obstacles may appear. Listen, if you haven't learned by now that obstacles are always going to appear, no matter what the best intentions are, no matter what your plan, your path, your journey, no matter how you thought it was going to be, there will always be an obstacle. But in order for you to overcome that obstacle, you need to use your intuition and your strength in order to move it forward. So when you put together success, divine force, being able to overcome obstacles, and you use that intuition and that strength, you will be at a position where you are able to get 100% of yourself. And you know, when you put 100% of yourself into something and you keep going, you accomplish things. And you don't have to accomplish things for anybody else other than yourself. So I want you to take this challenge with me, to make sure that over the next 100 days that you strike a match, and that match is lighting a fire, and that fire is going to set the whole fucking world ablaze, because your world that you're living in, I mean, it might not be as popping as it needs to be right now, but let's light this motherfucker up over the next 100 days. Do something that is going to make you successful. Do something that is going to develop yourself, something that requires persistence, something that you're forcing yourself into, because this new journey is here for you. This path is carved. And I promise you, at the end of this next 100 days, you will be successful. You will be perfect in your accomplishment. Not that your accomplishment is perfect, but perfect in the fact that you continue to stay that path. And you kept it real with yourself. You kept it 100 with you. I don't know what your goal is. I don't know what your path is going to be. You know that. You know what you want to accomplish. So you go ahead and you give yourself 100 days to get your shit together, 100 days to be prosperous, 100 days to be abundant. Whatever it is that you want to do in that time, shake off the negativity. Remember, shake off the negativity. Change your way of thinking, because your spiritual journey is here and your ambition is what's necessary. Your wisdom that you already have is going to get you there. You better get to that 100, boo. Now listen, this has been our 100th episode of Real Ass Affirmations, and I am so happy that you were here to share it with me. So tell people about the podcast. Keep downloading, keep subscribing, keep listening, keep rating, and keep giving it to the people. And that's on Real Ass Affirmations.